Alright, everyone, how is it going? It's not Wednesday. I've not got a guest. What is going on? This is not the Alien Chris show. This is a different style video that I'm going to start doing. I'm not going to commit to it every Monday because there might not be stuff that I really want to talk about. Like, there might just not be interesting enough stuff to cover. But yeah, on a Monday, maybe we'll just talk about anything interesting that's happened during the week. I don't know. Obviously, let me off with this, okay? But the titles and the thumbnails are going to be a lot more clickbaity for these types of videos, just because obviously I need to get in new viewers as well. So I apologise for the people who are here who maybe don't want to see thumbnails and titles like that, but the content's not going to reflect that, if that makes sense. It's just going to be kind of chatting, but without a guest. Just as laid back and chill as usual. So yeah, every Wednesday I'm still going to do the Alien Chris show, still going to have a guest on every Wednesday. There will be a break of those kind of videos over Christmas, obviously, because I'm not going to be fucking interrupting people's Christmas dinners to like, come on, do you want to come on for an interview during Christmas? That's not going to happen, and people end up going getting on it for weeks or 2 weeks. You know, it's like a time to chill out, and I don't think you're going to want to watch fucking me over Christmas. You know what I mean? So we'll take a break from those over Christmas. So yeah, these videos will come out on a Monday alongside the Wednesday upload of the Alien Chris show. Then I think I want to do another series as well. I don't know when that'll happen, but again, I won't commit to that every week. The only thing that's getting committed to every week basically is the Alien Chris show, which is when I have a guest on. So then the Monday, as I said, will be these types of videos, just talking about something that's happened during the week or whatever. And then on Sundays as well, I kind of want to do gaming videos. I don't know if people would be into that, but it's not going to be like me playing Among Us or something like that. It's going to be like classic games, like PS2 games. I don't know, maybe Xbox 360 era games. Probably mainly be PS2 games. Like, I want to do Simpsons Hit and Run first. I feel like, I don't know, maybe there's people young enough to not remember Simpsons Hit and Run, but I feel like most people played that in their childhood. Like, even if you were really young, maybe you had like a older sibling that played Simpsons Hit and Run, or you had like your dad or mom, I guess, playing Simpsons Hit and Run. You know, Simpsons Hit and Run, absolute staple. So I think I kind of want to do that as well. So yeah, that was just my kind of update before I start talking about the news of the week, which, you know, isn't really the most important news considering what's going on in the world this year, but fucking does good for YouTube, doesn't it? Just I'm probably not going to cover like serious news or anything on that. Well, I don't even want to like say I'm covering news. It's just going to be like talking about shit that I've seen during the week. I don't know. So yeah, I'm not going to be like talking about anything serious. It's just going to be chill stuff. Maybe some points, if it calls for it, there'll be serious stuff, but yeah, for the most part, it's probably just going to be stupid stuff. Like, hopefully it'll be funny though. I don't know. But yeah, so today I thought, why not talk about social media boxing, because I don't know, there's just, I'm recording this on Saturday, and it will go up on Monday, so I'm 2 days behind my upload of when I'm recording this. But basically today Jake Paul is fighting Nate Robinson, who is an ex-NBA player, so I guess I can talk about that. There's stuff happening with Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather, which I think is kind of interesting to talk about as well. And then, I don't know, I think it's maybe worth covering as well, within like Scottish TikTok, there's talks of a like charity boxing match being set up, which I kind of like the idea of. So it may be worth talking about that as well, because I would like to get involved with it as well. I've already kind of mentioned that I'd like to get involved, so hopefully obviously not fighting. I'm not saying I'm going to start fighting here. That's not what's happening. What I want to do is maybe like bring the Alien Chris show to the ring. Do like, I could be like, well, I was going to say like the Joe Rogan, but I mean obviously that's UFC, but you know, like, I'll be like the Sky Sports boxing for this event. Oh, what the fuck. Yeah, like maybe doing like interviews with the people after they um, do the fight, and you know what? I'd also like to commentate as well, just so I can scream when someone gets punched. That sounds like a good idea. So yeah, definitely not fighting. That's not me. I can't fight. It's not happening. But yeah, anyway, I guess we'll just kind of start off with Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather, because I had like there's been chat about this going on for a while, and I've seen stuff pop up. I remember like most people being like, "Yo, this won't happen. It won't happen. That's bullshit. Complete bullshit." But in my head, I was like, it kind of makes sense, because from Floyd's point of view, this is like an easy fight for him. I don't know. I don't know exactly. I'll get into like what I think could happen, but from his point of view, anyway, he thinks this will be easy and knock him out. And like, it's not that hard to see from the KSI Logan Paul fight. That brought in a lot of money. Like, there was probably a lot of boxing fans that were like, I want to see what happens with this, but they were maybe like hate watching it in a way. But that's still money. And then obviously there's like the YouTube crowd, and like everyone just kind of wanted to see it. Whether you were a fan of KSI or Logan Paul or anyone, like, I think people were just interested in seeing it, because I mean, it's probably like the biggest YouTube event that there's ever been. I would say so. From everything I can think of, it's probably the biggest. There's nothing. There's genuinely, like, if you ask someone that maybe didn't pay attention to like YouTube, like stuff, like someone that didn't watch YouTube, and you had to ask them what a YouTube event that happened, the only one that really comes to mind is KSI Logan Paul. Like, I don't think mainstream, or not, or like, not, maybe not mainstream is the right word, but like just your average person would know about anything else apart from KSI versus Logan Paul. So yeah, from Floyd's point of view, he's like, I can get in on this money, it'll be an easy fight. Logan Paul, like, he's got a professional record of 0-1. Like, he's never won a fight professionally, so why wouldn't he take it up? It's like free money, and the kind of lifestyle that Floyd's living, like, people might be like, oh yeah, he's got so much money, he doesn't need this. But if you're spending more money than you're making, because you can make millions but still spend tens of millions, if that makes sense. So he could be living a lifestyle where he needs to keep making millions, which 100% that is what is happening. So he needs to keep earning money, and what better way to do it than fight against, when you're arguably the best boxer that's ever lived, why would you not make millions by fighting against someone who has never won a professional fight? Like, it makes sense to me why Floyd would do this. And then from Logan Paul's point of view, I mean, you don't even need to explain it. Of course Logan Paul would accept a fight with Floyd Mayweather. Like, of course that's happening. Making money, getting his name out there. It's just, not that Logan Paul needs to get his name out there, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just spreading it out. Like, that's putting a whole new price bracket on his name, if that makes sense. Like, if you can say you fought against Floyd Mayweather, if you're doing an appearance somewhere, you're getting a lot more money than what you were before you fought Floyd Mayweather. So it's a no-brainer, I thought, from like both points of view. Although it kind of sounds ridiculous saying it, Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, like, how the fuck could this ever happen? But if you kind of think about it, it makes sense. Especially Floyd being an older fighter, everything. If it was like Floyd in his prime, obviously it does not make sense, it would never happen. But so okay, so Floyd Mayweather tweeted, I can't believe this is, like, it's kind of hard to believe, like, even though I'm like saying it makes sense, it's still kind of hard to believe this is actually like happening. So Floyd Mayweather tweeted, "These YouTube girls better find some Barbie dolls to play with, because I'm not the one for kid games. 3 years ago, a fighter from the UFC said my name and I had to put a muzzle on that bitch. Logan Paul can get the same treatment before I go conquer Japan again." Like, I didn't realise this when I read it before, but this was probably not intentional, but just the fact that he said Logan Paul can get the same treatment before he go conquer Japan again, and we all know what happened to Logan Paul in Japan. It's kind of funny. I've just noticed Conor McGregor actually replied to this tweet. So Conor McGregor is definitely aware of what's going on with YouTube boxing, and Jake Paul has been trying to call out Conor McGregor. So I wonder if that'll ever happen. Anything's fucking possible now. So yeah, then Logan Paul responded with a video basically saying making the fucking easy to make joke about Floyd not being able to read or write or whatever. So he just says in this video, I thought you weren't signing the contract because you were scared, but now I think it's because you can't spell your name. Basically is what happened. Logan Paul posted this on his Instagram. And yeah, I guess that kind of I guess that kind of implies that a contract does exist and it's just waiting to get signed. I'm not like 100% on this fight will definitely happen, but I mean I'm like 80% sure, 90% sure this fight will happen, just from like what is actually going on. They wouldn't be like calling each other out like this if there wasn't a very high chance this fight is going to happen. I'm pretty sure it will happen, you know. And I actually kind of want to see it. Like, I know there'll definitely be boxing fans and stuff that'll be like, get us the fuck out of here. But I want to see this. I think it'll be interesting. I think Floyd will win. Floyd will probably just do his usual dancing about, keeping his distance, and not letting Logan even touch him. Like, Logan Paul will probably not land more than like whatever many punches on Floyd. Like, Floyd is not going to get hit a lot in this. But let's just think about this for a second, and don't hate on me for this. But could you imagine Logan Paul fucking caught Floyd Mayweather and knocked him out? Like, can you imagine Floyd's first hour? Not only his first knockout, but his first loss ever was from Logan Paul. Like, that would be fucking nuts. But I don't think that'll happen. But just fucking imagine it did. That'd be fucking insane. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that now. If anything else happens, maybe I'll talk about it again. But with Jake Paul, now, probably one of the most hated people on the internet is fighting tonight, Saturday. So this will have already happened by the time this video comes up. If you're watching this, we know what happened with Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson. Yeah, so I guess I'll maybe just do a prediction and then I can feel like shit when I upload this because I get it wrong. But obviously I want Jake Paul to get knocked out. That is kind of what I want to happen. But I'm pretty sure that it will not happen. I think Jake Paul will win, and I think Jake Paul might get a first or second round knockout here. Jake Paul looks like a decent boxer, especially compared to Nate Robinson, who obviously has only been boxing for like a few months. And Jake Paul's been doing it for years now, so like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years, whatever. About 3 years, I think, this whole YouTube shit's been going on, so probably Jake Paul is going to be the much better boxer in this, and yeah, although much as I want to see Jake Paul lose, I think he will win. And it works out better for us if Jake Paul wins, because if Jake Paul loses this fight, he's not fighting KSI, and I think everyone kind of wants to see KSI knock out Jake Paul. So yeah, it makes more sense if Jake Paul wins this. And yeah, so that's my prediction. Like, first or second round knockout for Jake Paul. Who knows? When you're watching this, you'll know if I'm completely fucking wrong or not. But yeah, sure. That's my prediction. I'll put it out there. I'll risk it all. And I guess next, just to finish off this whole boxing shit, there will be a Scottish version of this, Scottish TikTok version of this, where this I don't know exactly what's happening yet, but I just think it's a good idea. Like, the more we like Scottish TikTok, the more like a community gets built with events and stuff. I think that's always going to be better for everyone involved. So yeah, I'd like to get involved. I'd like to be a commentator or something, do interviews there. I don't know when this can happen. It's going to be a charity one, so I will need to be out with a lockdown because you'll need people to be in attendance so you can make money for charity. And obviously, like, I really want to go to somewhere when we're in lockdown, even if people weren't there. If that makes sense. I don't think you're really going to get people. Well, maybe yeah, you're not going to make as much money like if it's on a pay-per-view in Scottish TikTok. Like, I don't think there's a big enough market for that. But definitely getting people in attendance, people will go, especially if you get the right people involved. Yeah, if it happens, I'd like to be involved. So hopefully that can happen. I think it will be good no matter what happens with it. So yeah, I guess I'll keep you updated on anything I hear about that as well because it may interest some people. So yeah, I guess that's it for today's new Monday video. As I said, I'm not committing to this every week, but hopefully I will be back next Monday. Hopefully something interesting can happen in the next week where I can upload another video. See if something like really interesting happens in the next 2 days before I upload this, I'm going to hate myself. But I guess I can cover that next week. So yeah, I need to give myself time to edit. I'm not PewDiePie, I can't just fucking edit a video every day. So yeah, thanks for watching this. For the next Daily and Chris Show episode, that will be up on Wednesday. If you follow my Instagram, you would have seen who's on the next episode. It was on my story. So if you haven't followed my Instagram already, go do it. It's at Chris Brass. It's in the description of this video anyway, so go follow me there. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and yeah, thanks for coming back to the channel and being here when there's not a guest. Means a lot, and I'll see you soon.